So this is my wire that I'm going to be upgrading for the big three. I think it is 4/0 massive wire. So I think when I was reading it was 0.46 inches of like freaking pure copper. So I picked up some should be half inch ID copper pipe, and what I'm going to do is make myself some ring terminals, because I'm not spending like $15 on one of these. I just cannot do it. So I'm going to make my own. I paid $2 for that. $1.36. So yeah, I'm going to be making my own for a lot cheaper. So I'll show you guys how I do that. First thing I got to do is deburr the ends. I've got an internal tool that will do that. I use it on my lathe a bunch. And then I'm going to be cutting this. I will cut this with an angle grinder to get a nice clean cut. Peel some of the shielding back, stuff it onto itself, and just hammer the end of it down, drill a hole in it, ring terminal. I'll probably get a few of these made before I go and attach them to that. So I'll make one, show you guys. Okay, so first things first, start by deburring the inside of it. I do have a little bit of a nick right there, which I might have to file down, but I just used one of these. It's I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's well, I know what it is, I just don't know what it's called. Deburring tool or something. But yeah, clean up the inside diameter of it, and then lob yourself off a nice little section. I use my little handy dandy pipe cutter there. Next thing we're going to do is probably take about 3/4 of an inch from the cutoff end and squish her down. And then we're left with 1 inch for the wire to feed into. And if all goes well, this should work just as good as one you buy from the store. So now we're left with this. It's not pretty, but it's pretty functional. Oh, if you want, you can clean up the ends of this with a grinder. Make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. But first, I'm gonna pop a hole in here. I gotta figure out what size hole I need, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I drilled mine out to 3/8. It is not straight by any means, because I didn't use a center punch or anything, but you get the idea. So this literally cost me, I don't know, 20 cents maybe to make, versus buying one for like $15. So, and a little trick if you want to drill a hole in it and you don't feel comfortable, because I wouldn't, hanging on to the end here. This is 1/2 inch, so just take a freaking 1/2 inch drill bit, stuff it into the end, and now you've got a lot more control over it. So there, saved your fingers. There, we're all done. One thing I like to do is take the torch, stick this in the vise, heat it up really good. If you clamp it down here at the end, as long as you've got a good clamping seal there, all your solder won't fly out of it. So clamp it down there so you get maximum amount of heat inside this bowl. And I usually fill it probably about 1/3 of the way with solder. Keep the torch on it, jam the wire down into the end, and then keep the torch on it for another 30 seconds or so, pull the torch away, let her cool. So, yeah. And one thing you can do for maximum style points, and it actually makes it a lot easier to get the wire into it, is get a flare tool or something and just hammer it into the end a little bit to flare it out, create a little bell. It makes it so much easier to get the wire in. Otherwise you're fighting it really bad. And you will get a few stragglers, just cut them off. And then what I do is wrap it in tape, Bob's your uncle. Sweet. Cost me less than 20 cents to make. Not pretty, but it's pretty good. Well guys, there's the stock wiring, the stock ground for the truck. And there's my ground for the truck. Yeah, 4/0 grounded to the block. I still got to do one, probably either from the block to the chassis or from the battery to the chassis. No, not doing the body one's fine. I'm not going to be drawing tons of current through the body. So I definitely needed the one for the engine ground. And then here's my upgraded starter wire. So this will go on the positive post and this will go onto the starter. This one is a little fun to make. I should have flared the back of it before I bent it over, just because it was not fun trying to flare the back. I didn't quite flare it all the way around one side, made it a little difficult to get on. That I did get it on. So, and the reason why I wanted it straight is because this will go into the starter like that, and I don't have to worry about trying to bend this frickin' honking cable into the frame. So I'll follow the stock wire underneath the motor mount into the starter, and then up and through here onto yonder battery post. Yeah, stock sucks so bad. I'm probably going to end up cutting off the, oh actually, you know what, the only thing that runs, wait, because that goes to the battery from the alternator, and then the other power wire just goes down to the block. Oh yeah, that's right. No, I got that junction down there that tees up through that exhaust shielding tube and then up into the harness. That's where it splits off of. So yeah, I'm gonna be freaking golden running this as the starter main. Just freaking crap stock stuff. Mine's so much better. My wire diameter is like 3 times as thick as the factory wire plus the shielding around it, so stock sucks. So anyways, I took the starter apart. Well, I took the back part apart. This is not burnt, so that tells me hopefully that the windings inside the starter are okay. This was barely hanging on there. This was super loose. I guess I did overheat that, and it was wobbling around. So I took this the solenoid apart, cleaned up the contacts. I spun this one around because this one had some pretty heavy gouging on the one side. This side was fine, and I cleaned up that contact plate. So I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to cross my fingers and my toes, hook up the monster size cable to it, and hopefully she chooches. Hopefully. We're gonna find out. Well guys, I got the charger on the truck. Starter, holy crap, does it work now. 0 issues. So I tightened down that lug as you guys saw, and yeah, I got the super heavy duty gauge wire running to it. You can see it down there. It's huge. Down there, over into the starter. This one's the ground to the engine block. And so anyways, I had it on the charger, trying to turn it over, it would just go thunk, thunk. I was like, that's not right. So I pulled all the spark plugs out. When I got to number 7, it was freaking crushed. I don't know what happened. So I pulled number 7 out, pulled the other bank out, turned over fine. So I took one of the other spark plugs, I had them all laying here. I took one that wasn't damaged, stuffed it in hole number 7, cranked over fine, didn't hit nothing, pulled it out, looked okay. So I ran and bought 8 new plugs of sparking, and she turns over like crazy. Still won't fire though, so I don't know if that's the IAC or if it's out of gas. I'm going to get a jerry can and put like $10 in her, see if she fires. It has been getting progressively worse. I don't know if that's the IAC that's totally failed now, or if it's just been having trouble getting fuel. So I'm going to eliminate the fuel problem by hopefully putting $10 in it, see what happens. It will not fire even off brake clean. I don't know if this is even the right stuff to use. Non-flammable. Nope. Ah. Oh well. cleaned out the throttle body a little bit, I guess. So anyways, yeah, just waiting for the father-in-law to get home. I will ask him about a jerry can. I will throw some gas in this thing and see if she fires. But holy crap, does she turn over like a maniac. Yeah. Turns over like crazy. It's never turned over that good. So I don't even hear the fuel pump running. I don't know if maybe I bumped the switch and it's not working or what. I don't know. When I tried to pull the switch out of here or here, one of these, this place, when I pulled it out of here, it broke the freaking end of it off. So I don't know if it's working. One quick way, see if I can jam you guys up on the. Let's see if this works. Oh. And it looks like it's forwards right now. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, I don't even hear the fuel pump. Let's see if that makes any difference. It's building enough oil pressure cranking that it's like it's running almost. That should be her. I don't know. Maybe it is out of fuel. It's reading like just under 1/8 of a tank, but I don't know. I don't know if that means anything. Man, she turns over good. Well guys, I just put 10 bucks in her. See what happens. That fires up better than it ever has. Still runs a little weird, but oh, it's so good. I'm so excited. I can't deny it. I'm just getting weird now. Anyways guys, holy washed out Batman. Ah, it's so bright everywhere. Anyways, let's see if I can no, it's not gonna get any better. Anyways, thanks for watching guys, and until next time, take care. 100% Abby approved.